Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and thank you very much for returning to yet another episode of of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I was going to say War in the Pacific. We are returning to our game as Spain in this strategic and tactical war game in the midst of a world war. We are at war with Germany. I forgot to mention that earlier. We are at war with Germany, the US, Italy, Austria-Hungary, Japan. We have the British on our side, the Chinese on our side, and the Soviet Union on our side. It looks like the Germans are actually winning a land offensive in Ukraine against the Soviets. You can see there are 570,000 German troops and 1,700 Italian troops, 1,100 or 1,400 Austro-Hungarian troops. Like there's these minuscule forces supporting them. Apparently, we've sent 1,600 troops to Ukraine to defend that territory. The Soviets only have 92,000. The British have sent 10,000 troops, and the Chinese have even sent some troops there. That conflict is not going great. It looks like Ukraine is being slowly overrun. The Germans have advanced 5% of the way there. Meanwhile, our major offensive into, I guess, Poland. I don't know why the map looks like this. It is not a period map, but our advance into Poland is not going well. I don't really, we're outnumbered there. Like the land combat mechanics in this game don't make a lot of sense. Why do the Germans have the same amount of troops defending in Poland as they have attacking out of Ukraine? I don't know. The Germans are also advancing into the Baltic states with 200,000 troops there, and they're also advancing. Apparently the Soviets are much weaker than the Russians were, the Tsarist Russians were, because these soldier figures are low, and I don't know if that has to do with the fact that there was recently a revolution there or what. I'm not really sure. But we don't concern ourselves with the minutia of land combat in Eastern Europe. We are primarily concerned with naval combat, and we are trying to invade Sardinia once again. We'll probably fail because that's what always happens. But we will try to succeed there. We've got 7 days left on the offensive, or months left. We have one more turn or one more battle to fight in this particular turn before we hit the end turn button. There's a convoy battle between the Italian Empire's 2 light cruisers and the Spanish Empire's 1 armored cruiser and 2 torpedo boats. Not sure why this says they have 2 light cruisers there. I'm guessing one of them is a minor ally because it only says they have 1 in their active fleet. The Italians are building 31 ships, but they only have 1 cruiser and 5 torpedo boats left because we've destroyed the whole fleet. The Austro-Hungarians have 2 battleships, 8 armored cruisers, 1 light cruiser, and 3 torpedo boats because we destroyed almost their whole fleet. We did offer peace to the Austro-Hungarians, so we'll see if that translates to everybody or just the Austro-Hungarians. I don't want any of their territory. They can just give me some money because I don't really care about their territory. I do want territory from Italy. But yeah, that's what we find ourselves in right now. We're going to go ahead and jump in and fight this particular convoy battle. It looks like it is a minor ally. I'm not sure. Nashville class, so it must be U.S. made. I mean, owner Greece. So we're fighting against the Greek Navy. But we've got the armored cruiser Draga of the Draga class and the torpedo boat Marquis de Molons against 2 light cruisers and 7 transports. Fight! Your baby, dragon. Your baby. It is. She's even the one named after you. Not just the class, but the ship. All right. Smoke spotted to the east. Let's go, boys. Turn off the avoid collision. Okay. The Draga can make... I don't know why I spelled the D-R-E-G-A when your name is D-R-A-G-A. Oh, well. Anyway, we've got our 8-inch gun armored cruiser. Hey, we're in range. Let's see what we're up against, or what this lead ship is. That's one of their light cruisers. Dropping smoke. All right, I'm guessing more of their ships are up this way, so we'll just kind of continue this way. If they want to run past our broadside, we'll let them. Our torpedo boat is in line behind us. We could have the torpedo boat move in for a There we go. Come on, get the broadsides out. Veteran crew, they should be decent accuracy-wise, but they are using smoke. All right, they're gonna drift out of our broadside range. We've already switched. Why is this guy pointing north? You should. That's like right in your wheelhouse. All right, Marquis, you've got 6 torpedoes, right? I guess just go and get them. Get your torpedoes out. So we're going to turn the Mullins out this way. We haven't hit the enemy yet. I don't want them coming in behind and torpedoing me. They're much more maneuverable. It almost looks like he's moving in behind me to try and come up from behind. We got a nice hit on this other armored cruiser or light cruiser here. Holy shit, they got a nice hit here. I don't know why you're turning that way. That torpedo's gonna miss on its own. Right, you're in torpedo range. You're ablaze. You took a pretty bad hit. Not sure why you're not firing. Screw it. This is going to be an easier attack. All right, we took damage on one of our torpedo tubes. It's not destroyed, it's just damaged. Much closer range. This looks like more of an armored cruiser, but they're single turrets, so. Get the fish out. We took a fish. There we go. So this guy's gonna die, but there's a whole bunch of torpedoes into the side of the Cow Mario. Like 4 or 5 torpedoes, I think. So Molines is gonna die, unfortunately, but that's a good trade in my opinion. Things due to heavy flooding. I'm surprised they haven't sunk. With all those torpedo hits? They're somehow maintaining their rotation. These are all transports, right? They don't have a torpedo boat up here. Yeah, that's just a bad report. They're all transports. This is a sink! Whatever, we badly damaged the light cruiser. I thought we would have sunk her, but let's go for the cargo ships, because they're the objective of this particular fight. They are shooting back, interestingly enough, but they don't have any heavy weapons, so we should be able to batter them into submission quickly. Then worry about the enemy light ships as they might come up to face us. Smoke reduces accuracy. I don't know if it reduces it both ways. It definitely reduces it one way. Let's also switch these all over to HE. We're taking some damage from these jerks. How about you target the rear ship? You know, I'm kind of disappointed. Let's slow down a little bit. Maybe it's a speed thing. But our ships with better crews tend to be much more accurate than we have been so far in this fight. Maybe slowing down will help. I know it does. There's an accuracy penalty when you're going fast. The enemy ships can't make more than 12 knots anyway. Jeez, secondary tower damaged. It's got to be the light cruiser hitting me. Also, what does it mean angle? I should be able to hit these guys from here. Did we take damage that's affecting us? I don't really understand. Alright, we'll butcher this guy. He's at point blank range. He's quickly ablaze. I suppose they could try and ram me, but I don't think she's gonna holy shit, that was fast. I know we're fighting at ×3 speed, but that was still a very quick reduction of the enemy ship. First armor, now bulkheads. Yeah, maybe the Italians are learning, I guess. Their earlier ships had no bulkheads, pretty much. Although I think that was actually the American-made ship that we damaged back here with the torpedoes that survived, not the Italian. I think it was the Greek ship. Alright, we're moving at 15 knots. We should be gaining on these guys. Looks like we are slowly. They're shooting 4-inch guns at us. He's dropping smoke again, which is going to impact our accuracy. Did I hit that? Yeah, we did. Why are we shooting? Please explain why we are shooting at the target up here and not the one here. All right, their smoke's got to run out soon, right? I mean, okay, as long as we sink him. I don't care what order, really, but we're very accurately hitting the Narvalo. You know what'd be nice is if the ships took some sort of evasive action. They don't really. It doesn't seem like ships decide to... Why are we not targeting this one right here? Also, will the smoke ever frickin' lift? It looks like we've only got a 1% chance of a hit on that CL. And we are taking damage. The main tower was just destroyed. That's going to affect accuracy. That was destroyed by a 4-inch gun on one of the transports. This guy's moving out of line. He's not really taking evasive action to avoid our gunfire so much as he's taking evasive action to avoid a friendly ship. Hey, guess what? There's a target right here. Just shoot this guy. There we go, boys. There you go. Getting into action here. I'm honestly kind of surprised at how much damage I took in this particular fight. All right. Got the next one. Target the Sheely. She's coming in. All right. I think she's going to fire torpedoes at us. Let's turn away. Not quite in torpedo range, but we're getting dangerously close there. Nice. Big hit there on engine number 2. It'd be interesting to see if she turns away. Sometimes ships will turn away to avoid damage. She might just sink. She's got one more bulkhead that's flooding. We're almost in torpedo range. Here we go. Oh, she's turning in to try and make a death strike here. Come on. Float. More damage. I don't know if she has a bow torpedo tube. She might. We're at the absolute extreme of range. She has 2 engines down. It's basically dead in the water. About to sink. Does she get a shot off? Doesn't look like it. We're about to get out of range. This last compartment is flooding. Actually, another one. It's spread to another compartment. So her accuracy really picked up at that like 1 kilometer range. All right, she's going to go under. So let's speed up to catch up with these guys. I wonder if the Greek cruiser will try and close with us at all, or if they're just going to accept, hey, we took 4 torpedoes. We're not really going to try and do anything. I also don't know with that much flood damage what speed she'd be able to make. What do you think of this game? Would you recommend it? It was definitely released too early. 100%. It's interesting. It looks nice. I mean, I like what they tried to do with the game. It just feels like some of the features around the campaign and around some of the ship design like aren't as smooth as they should be. They feel a little bit incomplete in places, a little bit. I haven't really experienced many bugs, to be honest, but certainly not a polished experience. So I guess it really depends on how much you want this type of a game. If you really want this kind of a game, and there's not a lot of games out there like it, then it might be worth it for you. Otherwise, maybe it makes sense waiting for, to see how the development goes. They've promised at least 6 more months of development. That was like a month ago. But I'm a little bit worried they're going to end up just leaving it in its current state based on what they've shared. We will see. Maybe that's not true. Maybe if the game sells well enough, they'll keep developing it. It's been in early access initially through their own website, not on Steam, for like 2 years. So it's not like they just started trying to fix some of these things. It's had a bit of a trouble development. In that time, the parent or the company that makes the game, Game Labs, was bought by Stillfront Games, which is a much larger publisher that primarily publishes mobile as a service games. So kind of games with where you kind of pay for a game over time, like you add features or microtransactions or things like that. Like that's their specialty. So it was kind of a head scratcher when Stillfront bought them. It was a little bit concerning to be like, all right, well, what the heck's going to happen to Game Labs games? Because they make other games too, like Ultimate General, which is really good. And so I think there was a fair bit of skepticism or concern about the parent company. And then the fact that, like, I think within a year or so of the parent company buying them, they pushed this out of early access, quote unquote, to say it's a full release when it's clearly not ready. You know, was that a Stillfront decision? Did they say, listen, we've put too much time and effort into this game already. You got to publish it and it's got to be done. You know, I don't know. 10 times better than War on the Sea, Hauser? I wouldn't go that far. I actually think the fighting mechanics are more interesting in War on the Sea than this. Like when you're actually commanding ships in combat, I think War on the Sea is a bit better. War on the Sea doesn't have the strategic layer that the game has, that Ultimate Admiral has. It doesn't have the ship designing elements, so it really depends, again, what you're trying to get out of the game. But I would not say War on the Sea is... I would not say this is 10 times better. The UI... that's a stretch too, Hauser, because of the way the tooltips are absolutely bonkers broken. Like the tooltips are terrible in this game. Not in combat, interestingly enough. Like in the battles, the tooltips in this are okay, but on the strategic map, they're so bad. Anyway, that's enough. We're not reviewing the game right now. We're playing the game right now. So let's speed things up to ×5. We're just kind of picking off transports at this point, I think. I think there's only 2 left. Again, why do we shoot at the lead? Do we really have better accuracy at that guy? We don't, for sure. That turret totally could traverse to the rear ship here. You're just wasting ammo, guys. Dragon, I'm gonna have to complain. Your crews need work. Get to work on that. Have I given any feedback to the developers already? I do not personally have a relationship with any of the developers at the game, so I can't say I've like directly reached out to them to give feedback. I know they have gotten a ton of feedback from the community. And I will say that is one knock on Game Labs that I've heard repeatedly from people, not myself, but I have heard people say that Game Labs, depending on the development team, there are many different teams, so I want to be clear, like the team that made Naval Action is not the same group of developers that made this. But I have heard multiple people say that they are not the best at taking feedback, which is interesting because I feel like the team that made Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail was very receptive to feedback. So maybe it's just depends on the team you're talking to. Okay, War on the Sea was not great from a UI perspective on release. I'll give that to you. Hey, Coffee Filter. How you doing? We're picking off some convoys. Jeez, overpen on the main control tower. This ship needs some repairs. All right. We should be able to finish these guys off, but they've done a surprisingly considerable amount of damage to my armored cruiser here. Not so armored cruiser. Do I have guides for the Naval Academy or suggestions for ship design? I do not, Z. I have not played the ship. Honestly, the Naval Academy, the reason that this game is appealing to me is the strategic layer. The Naval Academy stuff, I know a lot of people, be it stealth, be it vlogging through history, gaming, like I know a bunch of other folks have spent a lot of time like delving into the different, you know, the Naval Academy missions and ship design and whatnot. But to me, that just was not something that I ever spent a ton of time in. I did a little bit of it initially when it was the only option. But to me, this game is all about the campaign. It sinks or swims based on the campaign. Well, they're making 12 knots and my ship's making 16. So, I mean, there's only a 3 knot. A stern chase is always a long chase. I'm not going to bother go back and finish off that enemy light cruiser. We'll just end it here. So you can see here we did lose a torpedo boat. They lost one light cruiser. They had another one moderately damaged, and then they lost all 7 transports, which should hurt their economy. You could negotiate a couple days ago. Could or couldn't, Z? We fought a war in this campaign not that long ago, and ooh, that's interesting. That's a pretty sweet watch streak there, Coffee. I don't know. We negotiated a peace with the U.S. It wasn't a very satisfying peace, but we did negotiate a peace with the U.S. not that long ago in the same playthrough. It was a different update, so I don't know if anything changed, but... All right, so we took light damage to the armored cruiser, and we had the torpedo boat sunk. We sank a light cruiser. Actually, we sank the Greek light cruiser. Oh, it was the Italian cruiser that survived. Huh, so the Italians did put bulkheads on their ships. Shocking. Got it. Okay. That's going to do it for the August turn, I guess. So we're going to move to October. Is there anything we need to do with R&D? Doesn't look like it. Are our shipyards like completing any of these armored cruisers yet? The battleships and armored cruisers are still a few months away. I really need to free up my shipyard capacity. God, I hate this. I can't use this UI when the frickin' thing sits in front of it all the time. All right, so we need to send the Pizarro to port to repair. Let's send the Pizarro and the Porcion and the Maria Juan to Barcelona. Maria Juan, Pizarro, Porcion. All right, go repair yourselves. And then also we need to send the Consuelo, the Alfonso the 12th, and the Iolo. We're not going to be able to probably maintain this blockade of Austria-Hungary by pulling these ships out, but those guys need to repair. Also, oh my God, all these guys are hurt. The San Francisco, Hernan Cortez, Santa Filomena. My shipyards are going to be completely stacked with ships that are repairing. San Francisco. I don't even remember what the other ships were. Filomena, I think it was. Does it? So it'd be cool if it told you here what the damage was when you're in this screen. It doesn't make sense that it doesn't. Thank you, Click. Lealtad was also super damaged, wasn't it? I think I remember from the last battle it was. Okay. All right. That'll keep our shipyards busy for a while. Let's move to the next turn. Italy's laying down a bunch of more ships. Let's see if we actually get peace with Austria-Hungary. They did ask for peace. Looks like we've got a convoy battle coming up. Peace is signed between the Spanish Empire and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Okay, so what do we want from them? I don't want any territory. It doesn't look like it gives me an option. Negotiate for peace. Minor victory, so suggest what Austria-Hungary should pay. Do I want any of their ships? Don't all their designs suck? Like, I guess having free battleships wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's useful, especially given we're fighting the Germans too. Like, having a larger fleet is probably useful. I mean, we could take their whole fleet. You were saying how busy the yards will be. Yeah, good Lord. That's a good point. The concern is if I take cannon fodder on, lost ships equals damage. Although it will allow me to better maintain blockades and possibly launch amphibious assaults. So that's actually... Let's just try and take all their CAs and battleships. We'll still get a nice chunk of cash. All right, so they have agreed to pay war reparations. We don't get any peace, or we don't get any territory, but we couldn't anyway. We get 2 battleships. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 armored cruisers, plus $90 million in cash. Hopefully they don't scuttle it and Scapa Flow. All right. Torpedo tubes. Good, good, good. All right, so... You know, I do wonder now if invasion losses might actually be influenced by the amount of ships you deploy, because we just radically increased the amount of ships we had near Sardinia, and the casualty rates got way better. How long is this stream? I don't know, Doom. I got to work tomorrow, so it won't be forever, but... all right, so where did our new ships go, I guess? Let's check out the fleet. All right, we got those ships heading back, or repairing... God, they're going to take for frickin' ever. The new ships that we're building. Okay. So these are the new ships we have from the Austro-Hungarian fleet. They are in a couple of different ports. Let's consolidate our ships in La Coruna, I guess, so we can build an actual fleet. These are the, oh, these guys are repairing. So is that it, or did they show up at other ports? Why did they go to other ports that are like nowhere near where we... You'd think they would all be in one central location, but it's almost like the game just randomly placed them in different places. All right, so we're moving everybody that we can to that port. Our shipyards are majorly overtaxed, a maximum shipbuilding capacity of 86,000. We've got 150,000 tons currently being worked on. Also, we've got plenty of cash. Let's increase our transport capacity to help our economy a bit. And we'll do that. We did knock Austria-Hungary out of the war. I don't know why it still says we're blockading them. What's the point? They'll have to rebuild their fleet from scratch, essentially. All they have left after all of that is 2 armored cruisers, a light cruiser, and 3 torpedo boats. So that's kind of cool. Like, that's a natural break on things getting too out of control. Can I prioritize the less damaged ships in the yard to free up space? I could probably min-max it. All right, the Cervantes and the Cervantes, Piles, and Cortez and Aragon all badly need to be repaired as well. Aragon, Cortez, Cervantes, Piles. Man, this is like the whole damn Navy needs to be repaired. Drop Bear, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate the support. All right, so we also have a convoy battle, I thought. Where is that being fought? In the Pacific. Wow. Pickles, thank you for the follow. All right, this is the first time we've ever fought in the Pacific. It's going to be against the U.S. I didn't even know I still had any ships deployed out that way. I hope these are not the Austro-Hungarian ships. I hope they didn't just get thrown there. What do the Americans have right now? They're the real danger right now. 240 ships. The largest navy in the world. Okay. Talbot? Oh, we got a British ship. We got a British warship. And the Vigilant, which is an Isle de Tortuga class. Thank God. All right, this is going to be interesting. So we are fighting the Americans in the Pacific. One of them is German. No, one of them is one of their minor allies, the Netherlands. Then the other one is a U.S. ship. And then 7 transports going against the Vigilant, which is an Isle de Tortuga class. And then the Talbot, which is a British light cruiser. Makes me a little nervous to have a British light cruiser in action here. I mean, we're outgunned, obviously, but it makes me nervous because the British, the AI does not design ships terribly well. You can expand your yard's capacity. I think when you expand the max ship size, it influences the total dockyard capacity. I also think your economy plays a big role in that as well. But yes, we have expanded. Originally, I think our max when we started the game is 50,000 tons of shipping. Oh my God, was I looking at the Atlantic? You're right, that we're off the coast of Puerto Rico, aren't we? Oh my God. All right. Let's close the range. I do not want to fight a long-range fight against heavy gun ships. Already got a nice hit there, though. Partial pen. You can see this is the American or Dutch armored cruiser. Here is our Isle de Tortuga class. All right. Is that Royal Navy? This is the Royal Navy ship. This guy's got to be a glass jaw. He's got a lot of 4.2-inch guns. Does have 6 torpedoes. I think it's just one launcher, though. And then the Vigilant is our Isle de Tortuga class. And a nice partial pen on the Talbot already. Adjust course. Make your heading. I don't know, because I can't see the actual heading thing. Okay. My concern is with the bulkheads. I don't know. Looks like they have cramped quarters, and they do have maximum bulkheads, but quarters are cramped. All right, slow down your speed a little bit to 17 knots. Kick up the smoke. This is not a battle cruiser. It's a light cruiser. We know that. All right, so hopefully they'll get less accurate, just as we will. We also did get a hit there, but we'll speed things up a bit. We're getting some nice hits as the British cruiser passes its broadside. The British crews are green. I hear some ships colliding. It looks like I think they're colliding. But we've got 2 ships in line covered by their smoke, blazing away. Our armored cruisers in this era, because of the low accuracy rates, you generally get in really close when you're fighting. And so, like, in theory, yes, you're fighting an armored cruiser that should have a big advantage against you, but your guns can devastate an armored cruiser in this era. And actually, the Bavaria here, you can see she's ablaze from sort of her rear tower back and also sort of amidships. There's some major fires going on here. Thanks for the follow, General Crunchy. We're not taking a ton of damage. We do have the advantage that many of our crews are experienced, although it looks like in this case, both of these crews are green. Bavaria's got a lot of fires going on, but her structure damage is actually okay. You can actually sink a ship by fire. Although it looks like they're getting their fires under control. We could try and dive in for a torpedo attack. The enemy ships all carry torpedoes, though. I mean, ours do too, but it seems like so far gunfire-wise we're actually doing okay. So I'm content to just sail in circles and see if we can outfight these guys. I'd actually rather, maybe we should concentrate on one target. Although again, Bavaria's like half that ship is ablaze. And it is definitely possible to sink an enemy ship just by fire. Oh, that was a bad hit on Talbot. Vigilance bows ablaze. We have very poor penetration odds at this range for Bavaria, so the HE stuff makes sense. The AI is choosing to use mostly HE. I wonder if I can close. I feel like things are turning against me a little bit. We can make a real hard turn with Talbot, and maybe we can close the range. The enemy seems content to pound me at range. Probably cut inside of Bavaria. She does have torpedoes as well, but slow things up. They're mostly firing at the Isle de Tortuga class. We're already inside torpedo range. Our torpedoes must have really slow speeds. We're going to switch the smoke on. Oh man, we're taking some punishment here. Oh shit. There's no way we missed that torpedo. Fuck. Well, I don't think the British ship's gonna survive here. Detach. That was obviously I guess a mistake. Get aggressive with your fish. There we go. I think, did we fire one? No, we didn't. Talbot, fire your fish. No. Oh, there goes a Royal Navy light cruiser. We're probably going to lose this fight. I don't know if the Dutch cruiser is just better designed than what we've gone up against in the past, or what. Okay. What's their torpedo range? 6/10, so they've got the fast speed fish. Alright, we just fired a torpedo at their armored cruiser. So we actually have better range on our torpedoes than they do. Hit! Well, that might be interesting to see how that affects the calculus here in this fight. Bavaria already had fire damage in a lot of its compartments. She's going down. The whole bottom of the ship came out from underneath her. What were her bulkheads? Standard bulkheads? Oh, she's not going down? They pumped all that out? It looked like she was about to sink. The whole bottom of the ship was flooding, and then damage control, but damned. All right, let's reverse our course and see if we can get another fish out from the other side. That, I mean, I know I'm going on ×3 speed, but that very quickly went from disaster for them to success. Again, Flusser also took some damage there. Her flooding situation is very dicey. The interesting thing is because we've got the advantage of range on the enemy torpedoes. All right, we got the other CL. Because we've got the advantage on range for our torpedoes, we can hit them with torpedoes before they can, as long as we're careful about it. All right, so we destroyed one of their torpedoes. Yeah, their torpedoes are done. We just fired one off our... All right, we got them both! Yeah! It was a dud. All right. That really quickly changed from I thought we were getting our asses handed to us to, wow, we actually won. All right, so this battle will be a victory, but it would be nice to get the convoys. I can't believe I said it was in the Pacific. And I was going on and on about it for quite some time. Nobody stood up to say, you're stupid. Actually, someone in chat said that. All right, ×30 speed. Where are they? To the north? Or, oh my God, it's just to the south? That's not where the sinking ships are, please. No, okay. It's repeating it. Thought I was at peace with the U.S. Habitual, they joined the war versus Italy. I didn't want to fight them. They just decided they were going to fight me. It's not very nice of them. The Isle de Tortuga class's superior design strikes again. The British ship got rocked, but your Isle de Tortuga class kicked ass and took names. All right, we are closing. We're inside the speed slowed down to ×10. So I think we are going to get these guys. I'm assuming we got to be really close or close-ish. I don't know how close. Is this the edge of the map? What's this little green thing in the horizon? Southeast. Is that maybe line of sight? Maybe? Come on, I thought we were like going to be right there. They can't be too far if we're moving at ×10. Didn't you think about laying siege to DC? We toyed with the idea of an invasion, yeah. I mean, you can't really do anything on the land combat side other than just support it, so. Okay. Gun range, I don't think so. Maybe. It's what, 4 kilometers out? Yeah, we can shoot that far. Okay, maybe. Hey, game. If you're going to not let me do ×30, can you at least have us close with them pretty quick? Otherwise, I'd like to go back to ×30. Well, everybody, what would you like to talk to? Or talk about? Late night with THG. After dark. Sorry, I'm being weird. Southeast now. All right. Game, you've got till it hits 140 to either change my compression options or get them in sight. Till this hits 140. They've got to be closer to the south portion of Southeast if it was saying south before, I would think, right? For closing, man the oars. Am I really going to have to keep my word? It's at 140 and there's no change. Frustrating. Wait. Enemy. Oh, no, that was just smoke. I was like, I thought it. Oh, wait, we're to 5. Okay, so we're close. We're close. 5 times compression, or 5x time compression. Gotta be here. I can't see them, but they gotta be just around the corner. Oh no, it's live. You can't fast forward. Sorry, Doom. Maybe I should edit this portion out, right? Where's the question mark? Spotted, spotted, spotted. We caught a glimpse of them, and then they disappeared. There they are. Enemy in sight. Wow. First salvo got a hit. I mean, you didn't waste time opening fire, nor laying the hurt on them. Jonathan, thanks for the follow. We got both of them in sight. There's 2 of them, I think, or maybe 3. I thought it was 2. How many were there? I don't even remember. It looks like 2 here to me. TR Quick and Merchant Ship. All right, Quick is not going to last long. Quick is going to die quick. She's already in trouble. Well, there's more of them. Okay, maybe I miscounted what the, or misremembered what the initial thing was. All right, we're going to expend a lot of ammo here in this battle for our light cruiser, which has an expense, but that's fine. Wasn't it 7? Was it really? I thought that was the last battle, but it might have been. Oh, God. Well, we're just going to cruise up alongside them, go yardarm to yardarm, and just obliterate them one after another. This is the point where the merchant, the Commodore, leading the convoy would probably be like, scatter to the winds, sending them off in all different directions, which would then prevent me from being able to focus on any one of them, and would increase the likelihood that at least one of them would survive, which actually happened a few times in World War II. Wasn't, I think, PQ-17 scattered because they were told that Tirpitz was out or something like that, but then all that did was make the individual ships incredibly vulnerable to U-boats and air attack, I want to say. Hey, shoot at this guy here. Shoot at the target I'm telling you to shoot at. Ha 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 ha, broadsides. By the way, I don't care if they were to strike their colors, I would still sink them. We're in the Caribbean. We can't do anything. All we can do is sink the enemy ships. Just machine gunning them down, goddamn right. That's basically, that is effectively the design of this light cruiser. She was designed with sort of commerce rating in mind. With this just battery, this broadside of rapid firing 5 and 4 inch guns. I don't know why the game always wants to target the lead ship, it seems like. How many times do I have to click here? Like, I don't understand this. It shows a red arrow as if it is right click, all weapons. Shoot at it. We just fired a torpedo. Okay, well, if you're going to waste a fish on that guy, then at least switch your fire to the other ship that's further advanced. Oh, but you're not going to hit with the torpedo, so switch back. Blow! Ah. No, don't waste your guns on that. There's going to be a torpedo that's going to go into its side. It was a dud. She's still sinking. All right, what are we up to? It says 0% achieved, but that's not true. We've definitely sunk enemy. So they are kind of scattering now by the looks of it. Sort of. Now the guns on the other side of the ship are going to get a little bit of fun. They're going to get into action. It's been the... what's starboard and port? Is starboard left and port right? The port side guns will get some shooting. Yeah, the explosions are fun in this game. They do a good job of making stuff look boomy. Poor Josias Daniels. I wish they had a capsizing mechanic. Ships will list, but they will not capsize in this. There we go. Victory. Josephus. Port is left. Starboard is right. Okay. All right, so we did lose the Talbot, but who cares? They're British. The Vigilant came through just fine. 1 ship versus 9. They lost an armored cruiser and a light cruiser, as well as 7 transports. I just mean, Alex, who cares they're British because we're not Britain. Our country is Spain. The Bavaria, it was a Dutch cruiser. They're a minor ally fighting on the side of the Americans. Oh, you were remarking on the KD ratio. Okay, gotcha. All right, so a nice comfortable victory there. I don't know why it didn't give us value for the merchant ship sunk. Why did the merchant ships not show up here? Did it not count all that stuff at the end there? That's strange. All right, and we've still got the naval invasion going here. Those guys are repairing. All right. So let's do something here. Let's take the remaining ships. Oh my God, those guys are actually returning to port, aren't they? Oh wait, we're already moving them? Whatever, just go join the naval invasion. I just want to see if it makes any difference, because we have tried and failed 3 times to invade Sardinia. And I really want to take that island from them. I will offer them peace if it gives me that option. If it's not bugged out. Nation, Italian Empire Revolution. Unrest became uncontrollably high in the Italian Empire and the government has been overthrown. The people do not trust Romeo Somigli due to his low naval prestige. He's relieved from duties. I feel so bad for him because the previous guy had the same last name. War erupted between France and the United States. Lol. Are we not at peace with Italy yet? Like, what has to happen? Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, we're allied to France now. They're now on our side. They've decided it looks like you're winning. So now France is in the war. No, I guess the Sardinia stuff didn't get any better. So we're still at war with the Italians, I suppose. The Italian Republic now? I'm not sure. It's no longer the Italian Empire. It's just Italy. They're a democracy. Okay. Convoy battle. Where? This one's off Cuba again. We're We're going to fight an American battleship, which is actually a Dutch battleship. And we're going to do it mostly with British warships. What the fuck? I don't want to fight that. I get one torpedo boat. Great. Of my own design. I don't want to fight with the British ships. I guess I can auto-resolve it. Okay, so let's see here. Did all these ships get here yet? No. If we auto-resolve, though, we'll probably lose because they have a battleship, I'm assuming. Okay, so the war continues. Can we not negotiate peace, by the way? It does say it does have a peace option if we wanted to. Not with Italy at the moment, but, well, that's confusing. Peace treaty with the Austro-Hungarians? Because we're not at war with them, are we? We're still blockading them. Wait, are we at war with them again? Did that war just start? Is that something I clicked through and didn't see? But why? Why? Because of the French joining the war, I guess, maybe? Oh my God. Okay. I allied to France. Well, I didn't have a choice. France allied to us. It didn't give me an option. Dastardly French. So that was a thing, I suppose. I guess let's just see how this battle goes if we auto-resolve it. What's the worst that can happen? I don't have... Let's auto-resolve. See what happens. 2 armored cruisers versus a battleship and defeat! We lost our torpedo boat, of course. The enemy lost no ships, and the British had several damaged ships. It's a defeat, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Next turn, please. Use the Austrian ships to invade Austria. Well, I mean, I don't know what the British designs were. It's very possible they're... Again, you're going a battleship up against armored cruisers. In theory, the battleship should do okay. We had more ships, but... Okay, so the blockade of Austria-Hungary stops. Spanish Empire blockades Germany. I'm guessing that's the British Navy blockading Germany. We're blockading the Austro-Hungarians again. Good news, the war is being supported. Five-inch guns Mark II, that's nice. Maybe we'll do a refit of the Isle de Tortuga to mount those guns on them. Persia signed an alliance with Italy. Well, that's not us, so... China's launching an offensive against Germany's colony there. France is launching an offensive against Italy. Battle of Sardinia continues. Why are they taking so long to go into port? All right, everybody, we're doing a little bit of fleet maintenance here, but I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. This was episode number 24 of our Let's Play series, playing as Spain in our war against the world, I guess. We ended a war with Austria-Hungary, but now we're at war with them. I don't know. Things are weird. We'll see how they turn out next time. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.